I just survived a 13-hour, 1,000-kilometer road trip with 3 kids under 5 by myself. If they're giving out merit badges for parenting, I'm pretty sure I just earned one. Cheese. Hey everyone, I'm Steph from the Secret Slob channel. I am always looking for ways to make my life easier and stress-free. Today I'm going to share with you my best road trip hacks for traveling with kids. So I looked all over the internet for different hacks, ideas, anything to keep my sanity while I'm traveling with my kids. I'm going to be totally alone, so I can't be turning around to help them all the time. I need them to be as self-sufficient as possible. Did I mention there's 3 of them and they're all under 5? This is not going to be easy. I read a ton of blogs, got a ton of tips from you on how to travel with kids. Today I'm going to share my best tips, tricks, and hacks for making your road trip as stress-free as possible. All right, so number 1, before you even start the day, let's make a plan. So tip number 1, plan your day, plan your route. If you are not pressed for time, try to leave early, even a day early. The last thing you want is to be racing a clock or trying to get somewhere really fast. Because I'm gonna be driving, I can't be on my phone looking for places to stop. So I wrote down all the towns we'd be going through ahead of time and then found a playground or a park or a really great place to take a rest stop in each of those places. That way, if things are starting to go sideways in the car, I know I'm close to a place I can pull over. I can use my voice command and get my phone to give me the directions to the park or the rest stop. Try to take rest stops at least every 2 to 3 hours, unless your kids are sleeping, in which case I recommend driving as much as possible. Try to take rest stops as much as you can. You can visit friends if you have friends along the way, or find some really cool activities that are happening in the towns that you're going through. In addition to planning ahead, make sure you gas up your vehicle before you start. Nothing worse than getting in the car, getting ready to go, and oh, we gotta go to the gas station. Get everything ready ahead of time so you can just get in the car and go. Tip number 2, clean out your vehicle before you leave. I promise your car is probably gonna get totally trashed on this road trip, so let's try to start with some sense of sanity. Another great tip is to put garbage bins or garbage bags in the front seat, middle seat, back seat, places that you can put garbage so that the whole car floor doesn't become a garbage bag in itself. Every time we stopped at a rest stop, I took a really quick whip through my car, took out any garbage, quickly cleaned up the toys, and put stuff away so we were starting again fresh. It made such a difference. Hack number 3, snacks. What's a road trip without awesome road trip snacks? The last few times I've done this trip, we would go through 2 or 3 drive-thrus in the day, and I was getting really tired of wasting my time sitting in drive-thrus, and also at the end of the day, eating fast food 2 or 3 times, I felt like garbage. So this time I wanted to pack as much food from home as possible. I chose a balance of healthy foods and kind of treat foods, and it made a huge difference in how I felt, and how my energy was, and in how my kids felt. A great tip is to bring a cooler along so you can keep everything cold, including water bottles, juice boxes, any kind of perishable stuff like fruit or sandwiches. I just put mine right in the back, and I froze a few water bottles to use as ice blocks. That way everything's not getting wet. So I found 3 kind of main ways that you can distribute food in your car. If your kids are older, you might be able to just let them have free reign on the snacks. Throw the cooler in the back and let them go nuts. If your kids are kind of medium age, 7 to 10, you could give them a big Ziploc bag or a lunch kit filled with all the food that's kind of their portion for the day, and then let themselves kind of portion control and pick and choose when they eat things. My kids are just little, so I used little bento boxes for them, which I filled up at every stop. It was really fun because it felt like a special surprise and a treat to see what was going to be in each compartment, and I was able to feed them throughout the day, so we never had that hungry tummy, whiny, cranky, we need a rest stop right now. Another rule I had for this road trip is we only drank water in the car. Juice boxes in my kids equal a sticky mess, so I tried to save those for when we had rest stops and give them water in the car. And the best tip about food in the car, especially with littles, is feed them when you're driving. Yes, it's going to make a big mess, but if you're okay with that, it's so much easier to let your kids run when you take a rest stop than trying to get them out of the car and sit down to eat. I fed my kids their little bento boxes while we were in the car, and then when we had a rest stop at a playground, they could just go nuts. Hack number 4, activities. Nothing is worse than a kid asking, "Are we there yet?" or saying, "I'm bored" for the 50 millionth time. To combat this, I used a hack that was sent to me in the YouTube comments multiple times, and it worked amazing. I headed to my local dollar store and picked up a few activities that were not messy, not loud, and not dangerous, and then I kept them secret from my kids. Then, on the day of our road trip, every time my kids seemed like they were getting restless, I'd pass back a new little activity. So I got coloring books and markers, I got some funny squishy balls, some squeezy things, I got little sticker books. It didn't cost a lot and it made a huge difference. My 5-year-old was especially excited and kept saying, "When is our next surprise activity?" It was a total hit. If you haven't already guessed it, a big time hit activity for traveling in cars is movies. We are so lucky to have a built-in DVD player in our car, so I hit the thrift store a week before and picked up 5 new DVDs my kids have never seen, and they were absolutely glued. I usually wouldn't let my kids watch 4 movies in a row, but when you're in the car, screen rules do not apply. If you don't have a DVD player, you can always use an iPad or download story podcasts from your favorite podcast provider. There's some really great ones out there that are great for families, fun for adults and kids to listen to, and really help pass the time. Last hack, number 5, what to pack for the day of your road trip. So obviously you're gonna pack everything you need for the place you're going. That's gonna be totally up to you, but definitely pack your go-to bag for that day. In my go-to bag, there was wipes, Kleenex, more wipes, more Kleenex, sunscreen, hats. I brought a little bit of Tylenol, which paid off because my son was teething really badly. Your chargers, sunglasses, any devices that you want to bring, basically anything that's going to make your day in the car with your kids easier. Make sure you get a really good night's sleep the night before and the couple nights leading up to it. Download podcasts and audiobooks for yourself to listen to. Go into the day with a calm mindset. Leave lots of extra time for your travel day so that if things go sideways, you can always just pull over and start fresh with a new activity, a new snack, or just run at the park for an hour. It will make a huge difference in your day and you'll get to your destination rested and ready to go. I hope you found these hacks helpful. A link to the blog post where you can find more road trip hacks and a road trip packing printable. It's totally free. Make sure you use it and have a safe and happy summer. I will talk to you very soon. Bye.